What's up, my archfiends of chaos? This is your king and knight, Vincent Valentine, EX Turk.
Subscribe to Vincent Valentine EX Turk channel.
What is up again? This is your King and Knight, Vincent Valentine EX Turk, coming back at you with a brand new video. And I know this is very late, but I've been going through some really bad stuff, so you can't blame me for the late arrival to this. Now, another Dissida character has gotten teased, and this one is Cloud of Darkness. And now I'm not going to do a reaction. Instead, I'm going to talk about the character a little bit on this one, you know. So I think it's pretty cool that we're actually getting Cloud. Of course, we knew we were going to get her because she was on the original Dissida, and she's an original villain. Even more than Zanad. Even though I kind of like Zanad because they built up Zanad in Final Fantasy III, I like Zanad just a little bit better. But at the same time, I look at this as maybe this is a good thing because, you know, then there'd be a lot of female representation in Dissida. So, you know, I'm kind of chill with... I'm actually quite neutral and chill with Cloud of Darkness. So, well... And I think she's a pretty cool character. I think she's a mage character, though. You're going to have to use her the same way Ultimecia is used. And that's why they always team her up with Ultimecia, because she pretty much knows kind of the same basic movesets as Ultimecia, just they're called different things. And, you know, Cloud of Darkness uses those demon-looking ball things that's connected to her as her attack. So she uses mostly projectiles. She's mostly a projectile user, so she's more like a mage, if anything else. And we could use a little bit more mages. We got too many. We already got too many vanguards and assassins, and we already got too many vanguards and assassins in Dissidia's Dissidia NT already. So it's kind of nice to put another mage character, so we could have more. Plus, for anyone who hasn't played Final Fantasy III, it would make you want to play Final Fantasy III on the fact that, well, you know, she's kind of a fan servicey type of villain, you know, but also she's also a serious villain. After all, she's actually all the evil energy Zanad left behind, you know, which would make you get interested in her in the story mode as well. And it's going to be interesting how they're going to present her in the story mode. Now, I like this because, well, like I said, Cloud of Darkness don't really get a very much love since she's a Final Fantasy III character. But, you know, this will actually give her more love and more leverage around the Final Fantasy, you know, connected verse. So, I don't know. I think, to be quite honest, this is actually one of the better things to do, in my opinion, is to, you know... I like this decision that they kept with Cloud of Darkness and switched to Zanad. Not just because it makes the original Dissida the way it is, but, you know, for when it comes to, like, fighting, I'd have to say that Cloud of Darkness is actually a better fighter than Zanad was, since, well, Zanad, you know, turned into Cloud of Darkness. But, you know, so, you know, she's like the ultimate form. Not to mention, using her with X-Death and other mage-like characters, you pretty much would have the match made if you have Furion and X-Death in your party. So, I'm okay with this. I'm really okay with this. I'm not mad. You know, I feel neutral about this. And then she's part of the original Dissidia-verse, and it's going to be interesting to see her get stronger and pose a challenge to the Final Fantasy heroes, depending who she fights. But she's also marked as one of the classic Final Fantasy villains. You know, before, you know, Sephiroth, Caius, you know, and Arden, you know, there was pretty much just the Terrible Three. And the Terrible Three would be Garland, Emperor Mateus, and Cloud of Darkness. One of the classic Super NES villains being, you know, brought into this game is actually pretty awesome. I actually have no problem with this. And I just hope that they give her some new attacks that she hasn't had before. You know, maybe something that's on Final Fantasy 3 for anyone who's beaten Final Fantasy 3. Mind you, I never played Final Fantasy 3, so, you know, mind you, I have not played Final Fantasy 3, so I'm still holding out on that, but I'm hoping that they put some new, introduce her with some new movesets if you pick a different movesets, just to keep her gameplay fresh. Because, I mean, let's be honest, we want fresh gameplay. That's what we want. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would like the updated theme of hers, but the most important thing for me, I mean, the only time that I've actually seen her brought back, besides Dissida as, as a character you fight against, and would be Final Fantasy 14 as an optional boss, where you had to fight her as an optional boss, and that's kind of the gameplay music I'm using. I'm using the Final Fantasy 14 theme for Cloud of Darkness's music in this. But, I'm glad that they're making the classic villains be feeling loved and appreciated. Because, I mean, let's be honest. The classics is where we got our Kefkas and Sephiroths and Caius's and Ardens. Before they were theirs, there was only the Terrible Three. And the Terrible Three would be Garland, Emperor Mateus, and Cloud of Darkness. Now, I like this, but that's all I could talk about right now. And I wonder if there's going to make a healing support. But tell me what you think about the character Cloud of Darkness and Dissida and T, and may the crystal be with you.